Silver Lake lay quietly at the edge of a small town, its surface shining like polished glass beneath the morning sun. Gentle mist drifted across the water, and ancient trees stood as silent guardians around its shore. For a young boy named Leo, this lake was the most magical place in the world. Every Saturday, he and his father would wake early, pack their fishing gear, and walk the narrow dirt path to the water's edge. It was their special tradition, just the two of them, the calm water, and the peaceful songs of waking birds. That morning felt no different. Leo cast his line far into the lake and waited patiently, his heart beating in rhythm with the gentle waves. Minutes passed like drifting clouds. Then suddenly, tug. His fishing rod jerked sharply downward. "Dad, I think I caught something big," Leo shouted, gripping the rod with all his strength. He reeled desperately, expecting to see an enormous fish break the surface. But when the line finally emerged, something far more unusual dangled from the hook. It was not a fish. It was not even alive. It was a single-scale golden, smooth and curved, glowing faintly in the morning light like a captured sunbeam. Leo carefully removed it from the hook. It felt warm in his palm, as if it had been basking in sunlight, even though it had just come from the lake's cold depths. "That's strange," his father said, thoughtfully, peering at the mysterious object. "I've never seen anything like that in all my years." Leo slipped the scale into his pocket, and it occupied his every thought for the rest of the day. That night, Leo sat on the edge of his bed, studying the scale beneath his bedroom lamp. It looked even more beautiful indoors, rich gold with tiny, intricate patterns carved across its surface. Like a map to somewhere wonderful, he decided to wash it carefully in the bathroom sink to remove the last traces of lake mud. The moment water touched the scale, something incredible happened. It began to glow. Not a soft glow, but a brilliant, swirling shimmer, as if stars themselves were trapped within its golden surface. Leo froze, breathless. Slowly, glowing letters formed across the scale. Drakoria Lumina. The letters sparkled, faded, then reappeared, brighter than before. Leo's heart raced. He picked up the scale. "Drakoria Lumina," he whispered nervously. Nothing happened. He swallowed hard and tried again, louder this time. "Drakoria Lumina." Suddenly, golden light burst from the scale. Warm wind swirled around him, though the windows were closed tight. The bathroom walls seemed to stretch and blur, dissolving into light. Whoosh! The ground vanished beneath his feet. Leo landed softly on warm grass. He blinked, disoriented. He was no longer in his house. He stood in a vast meadow beneath a sky filled with floating islands. Waterfalls poured from the island's edges, tumbling into sparkling clouds below and flying above him. Dozens of them, red dragons, twisted through the air like living flames. Blue dragons dove through misty waterfalls. Tiny baby dragons tumbled across the grass like playful puppies, their scales flashing in the sun. One small emerald dragon fluttered down and hovered before him. Her wings shimmered like sunlight through leaves. "You said the words," she chirped excitedly. "You have the portal scale." Before Leo could respond, more dragons gathered around, their eyes curious and welcoming. A magnificent silver dragon with wise, glowing eyes stepped forward. His voice was deep but gentle, like distant thunder. "Welcome, young human. I am Elder Pyronis. You stand in Drakoria, the Dragon World." Leo stared at the glowing scale in his hand. "This brought me here?" "Yes," the emerald dragon said happily. "Anyone who holds the portal scale and speaks the ancient words may visit our world." "Visit?" Leo repeated. The dragons nodded. "You are not trapped," Elder Pyronis assured him. "You are our guest, and now, our friend." The dragons cheered, circling joyfully in the sky above him. Leo's fear melted away, replaced by wonder. He wasn't in danger. He was invited. The dragons spent the afternoon showing Leo their magical world. He rode on the emerald dragon's back. Her name was Flicker, as they soared between floating islands. He watched young dragons practice tiny puffs of fire that burst like colorful fireworks. He helped baby dragons stack glowing crystal stones into wobbly towers. Thought it felt like the most amazing dream. But as they flew toward a distant valley, Leo noticed something strange. The grass below was gray instead of green. Flowers drooped lifelessly. In the valley center stood a giant stone fountain shaped like a dragon, but no water flowed from its mouth. The dragons grew quiet. "This is our heart spring," Elder Pyronis explained softly. "Its waters brought life and energy to our land. But it stopped flowing. Our plants are losing color," Flicker added sadly. "Even the little dragons feel tired without its sparkle." Leo asked to be set down and stepped closer to examine the fountain. The dragon statue's mouth was blocked by a thick layer of hardened black ash. He thought carefully. "Do dragons practice their fire near here?" He asked gently. A few dragons looked embarrassed. "Sometimes," one admitted. Leo smiled kindly. "I think too much fire turned to ash and blocked the spring. Back home, when something blocks water, we clear it out." The dragons blinked in surprise. "That simple?" one asked. "Let's try," Leo said. With the dragon's help, Leo climbed onto the fountain. Using a sharp crystal stone, he chipped away at the hardened ash. The larger dragons used their claws gently, working together. Finally, crack! The blockage broke free. For a moment, nothing happened. Then suddenly, whoosh! Brilliant sparkling water burst from the fountain, spraying into the air like glittering rain. The gray grass turned bright green. Flowers bloomed instantly in brilliant colors. The dragons cheered loudly, spinning through the air with joy. "It flows again!" shouted Flicker. Elder Pyronis lowered his great silver head respectfully. "You have helped our world, young Leo." Leo grinned. "Sometimes big problems just need simple thinking." The dragons laughed happily. As golden sunset light filled the sky, Leo suddenly remembered home. "My dad," he gasped. "I've been gone for hours." Elder Pyronis smiled calmly. "Time moves differently between our worlds. When you return, you will arrive at the exact moment you left." Leo blinked in disbelief. "Really?" The elder dragon nodded. "Whenever you wish to return to us, hold the scale and speak the words." Flicker hugged him gently with her wing. "You'll come back and play again, right?" Leo smiled widely. "Of course. I still want to win that flying race." The dragons laughed. Elder Pyronis spoke once more. "To return home, hold the scale close and say, 'Drakoria, Lumana.'" Leo took one last look at the floating islands, the glowing sky, and his new dragon friends. He held the scale tightly. "Drakoria Lumina." Golden light surrounded him. Suddenly, Leo stood back in his bathroom. The sink water still ran. The clock ticked the same second as before. No time had passed at all. He looked down at the scale in his hand. It shimmered softly, as if sharing a secret. From downstairs, his dad called, "Leo? Everything okay?" Leo smiled. "Yeah, Dad. Everything's great." He placed the scale carefully in a small wooden box beside his bed, because now he knew something incredible. High above the clouds, beyond the sky, dragons were waiting for their human friend, and any time he wished, he could return. But what adventure will Leo have next in Drakoria? What new dragon friends will he meet? If you want to find out what happens in Leo's next magical adventure, make sure to subscribe to our channel and join us for the next story, because the portal scale is glowing, and the adventure is just beginning. To be continued.